The very first time I came to the State Fair of Texas was in 1976. I'd lived in Dallas-Fort Worth for about 3 years, and in 1976 ran into a high school buddy, and we came to the fair at different times. And he asked me, what do you think about the Mexican food at the fair? He said, there isn't a lot of it. He said, we should apply. And we did, and we're very fortunate in 1977 to begin as food concessionaires at the State Fair of Texas. It's become a family tradition. We're very invested in participating at events at Fair Park.
10 years ago, when we discovered that the Big Tex Choice Awards was something that was very special and brought in a lot of revenue, did we start thinking outside the box and coming up with new ideas. And so now, people look at the State Fair as 3 weeks long. We look at it year round. We're constantly coming up with new ideas and innovations and things to throw in the fryer and things to put together to make something new and innovative and special.
The first 2 years, it was a fried food contest mainly. And about the 5th year into it, he decided to go out of the box. And in 2014, a beverage had never made the finals, much less win. And he created Funnel Cake Ale, which is a beer that he decided to serve with powdered sugar on the rim. I thought it was a disaster. We agree to this day still to disagree. But he said, no, it'll lend to the creative process. And it won for most creative. And we sold a lot of Funnel Cake Ale, and still last year sold a lot of it. So it's trying to think of something that's not been brought to the table before. And that's what I think we're focused on. And I think this year we'll have a very unique product as well. You want to appeal to the masses, and you want to, as Justin said, create something that's novel, that tastes good, and has a good presentation to it. I think those are the keys, regardless of whether you're in the contest or not.
To add on to that, I think that the successful concessionaires out here are the ones that truly, it's in their blood, they're passionate about it. You see it when you go through the fair. You can see it in the stands that they put together, you can see it in the food, you can see that they want to be here. And I think that's what has created our success, is because the passion we have for the State Fair, the passion we have for creating great products, and you see it not only through us, but the other concessionaires that I compete with every year with this new contest.
This is something that I've conceptualized for at least a decade, and it's finally come into fruition. Let me get you to take over for a little bit.
He's got a new pop-up at the fair that he's gonna have with like small bites. And he mentioned some kind of trailer truck that's gonna come out there. And I just think it's so amazing that, I mean, they're gonna build this restaurant for 3 weeks from scratch and then completely tear it down after 3 weeks.
It's trio on the green, bites and flakes. So everything will be in threes. There's times when you come to the fair when you want to try something new, but you don't want a whole one. So this will give people an opportunity to sample 3 beers, 3 wines, 3 different kinds of sliders, 3 different kinds of fries. And if you find one you like, then you buy a whole one. We had to purchase 324 pallets, and ultimately we'll have tables and chairs adjacent to these pallets for people to settle in and enjoy some good food and drink. What makes this totally different from anything else on the fair is the perimeter. It'll be totally constructed of wood pallets, and the serving areas will all be on trailers. We presented this to the fair back in February, and they were very inspired by it and approved it on a very short turnaround. Mr. Errol McCoy, who was CEO of the fair for 25 years, was kind enough to install artificial turf because people like to congregate in a breeze under shade. And so finally sold the fair on the idea of making this a stop to try new food and beverages. We've got a flatbed trailer that we're converting into a stage on which we'll have musicians occasionally during the week. We'll have a bunch of neons up and feel like it's going to be a tremendous addition to the fairgrounds. There's several people out here that have tremendous entries, and they're all very creative, and we're just happy to be in with that group. And if we're fortunate enough, hopefully we win, but we're just hoping to make the finals. But we're very confident. One of the new things we're going to offer is a brand new soft drink, cotton candy soda and candy apple soda. The key is that we're going to serve them in edible cups.
Deep fried was not something that I wanted to continue to do. So I wanted to come up with something new and original that nobody has ever seen before. We felt that the new fairgoers out here would love this new concept of being able to bite into the cup that they just drank from. We're winning this contest. Back in November, when my dad and I decided that this was the item that we wanted to enter into the Big Tech's Choice Awards, we thought we had it cinched up. Nobody has ever created an edible cup and a soda that is innovative at the fair. Unfortunately, we didn't even make it to the top 8, which we felt was obviously very, very disappointed. Losing is not a thing that we're used to. We have made the top 8 of the Big Tech's Choice Awards since when?
The last 5 years.
Last 5 years. So us not even being a part of it is devastating.
We moped around for a day or two and then decided we'd get over it and move forward.
The State Fair Texas is the leading state fair of creative items, and I think we should be on the cutting edge of that. And I hope we continue, all our concessionaires, to push for innovative products that nobody has seen out at the State Fair. Good job. Awesome.
I'm just along for the ride.
20 years. We got our 4th location.
North Cuban, Hollywood.
Hollywood!
Great event, great food. These guys dominate the state fair.